Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Devedi, and in this segment we bring to you objective questions on a daily basis to help you crack prelims. So let's begin with the practice question of last segment. The Adaptation Gap Report is being published by which of the following bodies? World Economic Forum, United Nations Environment Programme, World Bank, United Nations Development Programme. The correct answer for this question is B. I hope you have answered it correctly in the comment segment. So, United Nations Environment Programme publishes this particular report. Moving on to the explanation. The United Nations Environment Programme launched the 5th edition of the Adaptation Gap Report in a high-level online press event. The Paris Agreement requires all its signatories to plan and implement adaptation measures through national adaptation plans, studies, monitoring of climate change effects, and investment in a green future. So if we talk about the Paris Agreement, it is the only legally binding agreement related to climate change. It was signed on the sidelines of Conference of Parties 21 in Paris, France in the year 2015. What does it do? It provides proper mitigation measures and asks all the signatories and the stakeholders involved to keep the temperature of the global climate well below 2 degrees Celsius and well below 1.5 degrees Celsius if we compare them to the pre-industrial levels. Alright, moving on. The UNEP Adaptation Gap Report 2020 finds that such action is lagging far behind. It finds that while nations have advanced in planning and implementation, huge gaps remain, particularly in finance for developing countries and bringing adaptation projects to the stage where they bring real reductions in climate risk. So, if we talk about the cost of adaptation, it basically means what is the cost for adaptation when it comes to mitigating the negative impacts of climate change. So, if we talk about the climate finances, that is the funds that are available with us, and the difference, it is different from the cost we need to mitigate the climate change. Moving on, the report emphasizes the role of nature-based solutions, locally appropriate actions that address societal challenges such as climate change, and provide human well-being and biodiversity benefits by protecting, sustainably managing and restoring natural or modified ecosystems. So let's look at the first question of today's GK. Consider the following statements about the recently constituted Working Group on Digital Lending. It aims to study all aspects of digital lending activities in the regulated financial sector and by unregulated players as well. The working group will be headed by Surjit S. Bhalla. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this question is A, that is 1 only. Only the first statement is correct. The Reserve Bank of India has recently constituted a working group on digital lending, including online platforms and mobile apps. It aims to study all aspects of digital lending activities in the regulated financial sector as well as by unregulated players to ensure that an appropriate regulatory approach is put in proper place. Also, the working group will be headed by Jayant Kumar Dash and comprises 6 members. 4 will be from within the RBI and the remaining will be external. The working group will evaluate digital lending activities and assess the penetration and standards of outsourced digital lending activities in RBI regulated entities. Identify the risks posed by unregulated digital lending to financial stability, regulated entities and consumers. Suggest regulatory challenges or changes. Break. Suggest regulatory changes to promote orderly growth of digital lending. The group will submit its report within 3 months. Moving on, let's look at our next question. With reference to One Planet Summit Consider the following statements. It is organized annually by the United Nations Environment Programme. It aims to speed up the implementation of international climate agreements by supporting specific projects at the local level. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this question is B, that is 2 only. Only the second statement is correct. France, in cooperation with the United Nations and the World Bank, has organized a One Planet Summit for Biodiversity on 11th January in Paris, France. So if we talk about the theme for 2021, it's working together for our nature. Let's work together for our nature. So if we talk about the importance of One Planet Summit, it is basically to reverse the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. And USA pulling out of the Paris Agreement has costed the world a lot because it is one of the largest emitter of greenhouse gas. So such summit is the need of the hour in order to take all the countries on board together in order to strive for a better planet. It says that the event will bring together heads of state and government as well as leaders of international organizations, financial institutions, the business sector and NGOs already to make commitments for concrete action to preserve and restore biodiversity. It aims to speed up the implementation of international climate agreements by supporting specific projects at the local level. Its 4 key themes have been chosen, such as the protection of terrestrial and marine ecosystem, the promotion of agroecology, the mobilization of funding for biodiversity, the link between deforestation, species, and human health as well. Let's look at our next question, please. With reference to the light combat aircraft Mk1A Mark 1A, consider the following statements. It is the first by Indian category procurement of combat aircrafts with an indigenous content of 50%. It has inbuilt capability to fire beyond visual range missile. Tejas was developed in collaboration with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for the Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So the correct answer for this question is D, that is 1, 2 and 3 for second and third. These 3 statements are correct. Moving on to the explanation. The Cabinet Committee on Security has approved procurement of 73 LCA Tejas Mark 1A fighter aircraft and 10 LCA Tejas Mark 1 trainer aircraft. The LCA Tejas Mark 1A is an advanced version of LCA Mark 1 FOC, which is in service with the Indian Air Force currently. It is the first by Indian, indigenously designed, developed and manufactured category procurement of combat aircraft with an indigenous content of 50%, which will progressively reach 60% by the end of the program. The new aircraft comes with 4 major capabilities over the current variant of LCA, which includes mid-air refueling, improvement in operational rules, enhancing the combat ability and maintainability, improvements through incorporation of active electronically scanned array radar, electronic warfare, suite, and beyond visual range missile capabilities. So as we know, we are moving towards becoming an Atmanirbhar Bharat in the defense sector. And if we also talk about the geopolitical contemporary scenario, it's pretty volatile and uncertain as well as unpredictable, with the rise of aggressive China and also Pakistan, which has been coupling with China in order to completely intrude the sovereignty and integrity of India. India does need a stable manufacturing and procurement agency as well as a particular scheme in order to develop it indigenously. Alright, moving on. It is a supersonic fighter at all altitudes for air combat, which can carry a payload of 3500 kg and is best suited for offensive air support. The HAL Tejas is an Indian single-engine, fourth-generation, multi-role Indian fighter designed by the Aeronautical Development Agency in collaboration with Aircraft Research and Design Center of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for the Indian Air Force and Indian Navy as well. Let's look at our next question, please. Consider the following statements about the Collab CAD software. It is a computer-enabled software system which will provide a total engineering solution from 2D drafting and detailing to 3D product design. It is a platform for students across the country to access the same design data for storage and visualization. So which of the statements given above is or are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this question is C, that is both 1 and 2, both the statements are correct. National Informatics Center, MeitY, along with the Central Board of Secondary Education, Ministry of Education, has jointly launched Collab CAD software. It is a collaborative network computer-enabled software system providing a total engineering solution from 2D drafting and detailing to 3D product design for students and faculty of the engineering graphics curriculum as well. It aims to provide a great platform to students across the country to create and modify 3D digital designs with a free flow of creativity and imagination. It would also enable students to collaborate over designs across the network and concurrently access the same design data for storage and visualization. Let's move on to our next question. With reference to the Ustad scheme, which of the following statements is or are correct? It aims to promote and preserve the rich heritage of the traditional arts and crafts of the minority communities. It was launched in 2015 by the Ministry of Culture. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this question is A, that is 1 only. The second statement is false. Ustad, that means upgrading the skills and training in traditional arts crafts for development scheme, was launched in 2015 by the Ministry of Minority Affairs. So, if we talk about the Hunar Haat, that is the exhibition of handicrafts as well as traditional things made by the minority, which takes place in some kind of ground where we go and see those exhibitions and buy them. The Hunar Haat, it is particularly, of course, organized under the Ustad scheme. Kindly keep this in mind. Also, it aims to promote and preserve the rich heritage of the traditional arts and crafts of the minority communities. It upgrades the capacity building and traditional skills of master craftsmen and artisans. Let's look at our next question. Consider the following statements with reference to 5G network. 5G mainly works in 3 bands, namely low, mid and high frequency spectrum, all of which have their own uses as well as limitations. Internet speeds in the high band spectrum of 5G has been tested to be as high as 20 gigabits per second. 5G of 5th generation is the latest upgrade in the long-term evolution mobile broadband networks. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A1 only, B2 and 3 only, C1 and 3 only, or D 1, 2 and 3? So the correct answer for this question is D, that is 1, 2 and 3. All the 3 statements are correct. 5G of 5th generation is the latest upgrade in the long-term evolution LTE mobile broadband networks. 5G mainly works in 3 bands, namely low, mid and high frequency spectrum, all of which have their own uses as well as own limitations. While the low band spectrum has shown great promise In terms of coverage and speed of internet and data exchange, the maximum speed is limited to 100 megabits per second. The mid-band spectrum, on the other hand, offers higher speeds compared to the low band, beg your pardon, but has limitations in terms of coverage area and penetration of signals. The high band spectrum offers the highest speed of all the three bands, but has extremely limited coverage and single penetration strength. Internet speed in the high band spectrum of 5G has been tested to be as high as 20 gigabits per second, while in most cases, the maximum internet data speed in 4G has been recorded at 1 Gbps. Let's look at our next question. The term Mukundpura CM2, recently seen in the news, is associated with meteorite found in India, asteroid diverted by NASA, believed to hit India in May 2021, volcano recently erupted in Indonesia, none of the above. So the correct answer for this question is A, of course, meteorite found in India. Mukundpura CM2 is a meteorite which fell in 2017 in Mukundpura village near Jaipur. The meteorite named Mukundpura CM2 was classified to be a carbonaceous chondrite, which has the same composition of carbonaceous chondrites similar to the Sun. If we talk about it, then it's the fifth meteorite with chondrites. This is a type of stony meteorite, considered the most primitive meteorite and a remnant of the first solid bodies to accrete in the solar system. So if we talk about the significance of it, the significance is such that we need to study meteorites in order to understand what is actually going on in the universe. Universe means the evolution, the origin, then evolution, and what our other planetary bodies are capable of. All these things will be able to be known in specific structure. Moving on, let's talk about meteorites are broadly classified into three groups: stony, silicate-rich, iron, ferrum, nickel alloy, and stony iron, that means mixed silicate iron alloy. Chondrites are silicate droplet-bearing meteorites, and this Mukundpura chondrite is the fifth carbonaceous meteorite known to fall in India. The results of the Mukundpura CM2 study are relevant to the surface composition of near-Earth asteroids Ryugu and Bennu. Moving on to our next question. Consider the following statements with reference to K-shaped budget. A K-shaped recovery happens when different sections of an economy recover at starkly different rates. The prospects of a K-shaped recovery from COVID are increasing both in India and across the world. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. The correct answer for this question is C, that is both one and two, both the statements are correct. A K-shaped recovery happens when different sections of an economy recover at starkly different rates. Households at the top of the pyramid are likely to have seen their incomes largely protected and savings rate forced up during the lockdown, increasing fuel in the tank to drive future consumption. And meanwhile, households at the bottom are likely to have witnessed permanent hits to jobs and incomes. As per recent reports, the prospects of a K-shaped recovery from COVID are increasing both in India and across the world. That means different sectors are seeing different rates of recovery. As mentioned in the statement, it is being said that households which are sitting at the top with their jobs secured and savings at a good rate, and that means they saved a lot and their incomes were protected. They had saved because they had this idea of an uncertain future. That is why. And households which had no savings and also their jobs got lost because of the COVID-19 induced lockdown, their savings were eroded off. And this is increasing both in India and across the globe. Moving on, let's talk about our next statements. If we talk about the implications, Upper income households have benefited from higher saving for 2 quarters. Households at the bottom have experienced a permanent loss of income in the forms of jobs and wage cuts. This will be a recurring drag on demand if the labor market does not heal faster, of course. Let's move on to our next question. Consider the following statements with reference to compulsory licensing. It is when a government does not allow someone else to produce a patented product. It is included in the WTO's trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights agreement. So, which of the statements given above is or are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer for this question is B, that is 2 only. Moving on to the explanation. Compulsory licensing is when a government allows someone else to produce a patented product or process without the consent of the patent owner or plans to use the patent protected invention itself. It is one of the flexibilities in the field of patent protection included in the WTO's agreement on intellectual property, the TRIPS agreement. Also, for compulsory licensing, it's when the generic copy is produced mainly for the domestic market and not for export. In March 2012, India granted its first compulsory license ever. The license was granted to Indian generic drug manufacturer Natco Pharma for sorafenib tosylate, which was a cancer drug patented by Bayer. Moving on to our next question. Which of the following countries borders Caspian Sea? Russia, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan. Select the correct answer using the codes below. A1 and 2 only, B2 only, C1 and 3 only, D1, 2 and 3. So the correct answer for this question is D, that is all the 3 countries border the Caspian Sea. Moving on, the countries bordering the Caspian Sea: Kazakhstan, Russia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Turkmenistan. Please keep Western Asia in mind when you prepare for maps, because this is the region which has been most in the news if we talk about 2020 and 21 as well. So if we talk about the proper news was between Armenia and Azerbaijan, which dispute is related to this particular area? It was Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. Alright, so as you can see, how many countries are there? It's the same given in the particular list. Russia was there, Azerbaijan, Iran, Turkmenistan, and Kazakhstan, of course. Right? Let's move on to our practice question. Consider the following statements with reference to antibodies. They bind to the surface structures of bacteria or viruses and prevent their replication. Producing antibodies is difficult and time-consuming. They are therefore probably not suitable for widespread use. Which of the following statements given above is or are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, D neither 1 nor 2. So I hope you will be able to answer it correctly in the comment segment. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated and thank you so much for watching.